Jokkmokk's back again. Today I'm going to show you the best way to put up a tunnel tent. I've seen on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, a lot of your tents look like crap. And with small adjustment, you will put it up and it will look like a brochure and much better for your pictures. And actually much better if you get heavy wind. But first, let's roll the intro.
We are Stina and Matti. We run a lifestyle company in the north of Swedish Lapland. For living, we work as nature guides and dog mushers. This is our life, our dream and our home. You're welcome to follow us on the journey.
So welcome, Matti's back again. This time I'm going to show you the best way of putting up a tent. It's not a question of what brand of tent you have. This is tunnel tent. Tunnel tent is when you have a row with bows, not when the bows are in a cross over each other, because that's a dome tent. When you put up a tunnel tent, it should look good. If it don't look good, it means that the fabric is flapping or hanging, and if you get heavy wind, it's not good. The tunnel tent should look good on pictures. Then you know it's good for heavy snowstorm. I've tried, trust me. So we're diving deeper into how to put up a tunnel tent. First of all, you have the poles. I always keep my pegs in the bag with the poles. Then you know where the pegs are. In the winter and summertime I use different kind of pegs. So I check here, here's my summer pegs. I'm on a winter tour, I leave them. Another very important thing is when you put this together, you really check so they are closed. They should be really closed. If they are open like this and you start bending, this one will crack. So they should be closed. When you put them in like this, don't throw the stick out like this. You take them and attach them like this, one after another. Check so they are okay. All of them. This pole, you should not put it on the ground somewhere where you can step on it. So I prefer to have all my poles in the bag until I really need it. Another good thing to do, now I'm in my backyard, it's no wind, nothing. If I'm up in the mountain and I have some storm, I find one of the loop and I attach the loop to a dog sled, I attach it to a tree, to my backpack or something, because you don't want your tent to fly away in the wind. If you get a wind push, the tent will fly away. Now we start putting it up. Here in Jokkmokk today we have blue sky, super warm. It's really summer. I also always say that these bags, don't put them somewhere. They blow away. Put them in the pocket. Here is one of the ventiles. Now the wind comes from that direction. This is the one that I want to attach in my backpack somewhere. But this is not what I'm going to use when I start pitching up my tent. You're searching for the loops that are to the ground in that side. I take this, put it into the ground. So one. Then I take the other one, stretching it here a little bit like this, and put this into the ground also. So as you see, I don't put the peg like this. I put the peg like this into the ground. Not so, not so. Put it with the angle into the ground, so if the rope go there. That's important. That makes it different if it's going to rip off or something. Put it with an angle. Now it's attached to the ground. Now we continue with the poles. This one I put like this, and then I put all the fabric. I keep my hand still here, and I put all the fabric until it's really in the bottom here. Then I put the pole into the ground, holding it, and I pull this fabric and I push the pole into the channel, and I attach it here and I tighten it. That was number one. Then we continue with number two. Find the hole here, push it in, keep the hand there, push, 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 push into the bottom, and then you push the pole into the channel. Put it in the locker and close it. So now we put two pegs in the backside. We have put all three poles. This tunnel tent has 3 poles. Some tunnel tents have 2 poles, or they have actually 1 pole or 4 poles. But this is the Hilleberg Nammatj 3 GT. Actually one of my favorite tents. I will come up with a review of this later on. I pull it like this here. And now, is it important that you stretch it? You stretch the fabric and attach it to the ground. Stretch. This tent have also these 2 things here that keep the outer tent away from the inner tent. Especially if you have a heavy wind here. So then I tighten them. Then we have a ventile here. And when I tighten this, I also tighten the whole roof of the tent. But if I pull this too hard, this will be like this, you see? But we put this first down here. This is what I don't like. So then we had to adjust a little bit, tighten, make even this more tight. So now you see it's much more tension on the fabric. This is how it should look like. Now I go to the other side and I put up this ventile too. After a while I can go here and adjust this if I want to get it more tight. Then I take the rope here to the ventile, take it like this, tighten, put it to the ground. As you see now, you have this loop down here on the ground. I don't use them. After, when the whole tent is up, and if you have really bad snowstorm or really heavy wind, then you can use them. But if you put it up like this, you see, it's tight and it's good now. Then you can use these ones instead. Start using these ones. These we call stormliner or storm lines. This one back here should go I take it, now I say 45 degrees, but if it's 40, 30, that's no problem, no deal. But it should tighten the tent from going forward. So this goes backwards. This rope in the front, this one goes forward like this. Yeah. When you have found a spot, then you tighten it a little bit. This should go straight out here. So, and then you make it on the same way on this side. This rope goes here. Tighten it a little bit. This rope goes here. Tighten it a little bit. This rope goes straight out. Tighten it a little bit. If you look now, this is how it should look like. Now it starts looking like it's from a catalog. When the fabric is not hard like this, with tension, the wind will start ripping it, or blah 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 it. I don't know what you say. So this is better for the tent, and you will sleep better, of course. I still have sticks left to this tent. So if it's really bad weather, I will attach few of this, maybe. But I usually don't use them. The secret with getting a tent like this is the really first step. When you attach the 2 pegs in the ground over there, and then you stretch it with the 2 pegs on the ground on the other side. That's the secret. You check so it should be tight the whole way along the ground here, and then you attach it there. If this is not tight here, if 2 poles are too close, then you have to do it again. If you compare tunnel tent to dome tents are easier to put up but much more heavy. I will make a video about the different types of tent later on, maybe this summer when I have time. I also want to show you how to put down the tent. There is some small tricks that maybe could help you. I don't show you how you do it in heavy storm, because that's a little bit different. But first of all, I take these pegs. You see, all the pegs I just do like this to get away some of the dirt from it. Put them in the bag with a peg directly. Otherwise you lose them. Take away the dirt from the peg. How many hikers have made this? Put the pegs in the bag, put the bag somewhere, packing the tent, forget the pegs when they're walking away. I haven't done that yet, but maybe soon. Put them directly into your pocket or put them straight into the backpack. Now first release the tension here. Open up. And then you take the fabric, you push this pole towards the ground like this, and you push the fabric like this. You never pull out the pole from the tent. You push it, and then in the end here, you release it. Then you have the pole like this. Take the pole somewhere in the middle, not super important. Fold it. If you start folding from one side, the tension of this elastic rope will be different. If you do it like this, it will save the life of this rope. And then you just do so, So, ka-ching. And this bag, hole number 1. Simple, isn't it? Now we have the question that a lot of people always ask. How should you fold the tent? Don't fold it. Make your life easy. So this is the foot part of the tent. Take this rope, put it in your mouth. I take the ventile. I find the top of the tent here, attach it there. Continue. Find something like the top here. Continue. Here's the foot part. Now I take it like this. Keep it in my mouth. And just put it into the bag. So if I need to put up the tent in heavy wind, this is the one I'm searching for. And as you remember, the pegs go into the bag with the post and like this. You very often see people carry this package outside the backpack. I always recommend people put this package in the backpack. It's no problem to separate these two in the backpack. Put them standing somewhere in your backpack, because then you can easily reach them and pull them out if it's bad weather. I always want to have the tent so I can reach it very easy. So that was all from Jokkmokk today. If you like it, you know we have a lot of different other videos in our channel, so you can just subscribe if you want to do that. You find the thing down here, or you don't subscribe, you give a thumb up if you want. Or it's also very nice if you leave a comment if there is something you think I forgot to say about this, or if you have another idea how to pitch a tent, or if you just think that this is exactly how you do, or this is exactly how you don't think you should do it. But again, so good looking tents on the picture is also good for the tent if you are in a heavy wind. But I think that's all from me today. See you next time. Ciao!